This might actually be the worst take I've ever heard from another woman.
When people talk about patriarchy and misogyny and they try to give examples, I love it. But I do think the most obvious glaring example of the patriarchy is the fact that we have never, in the history of time, ever had a woman be the president.
We have never had a female president of the United States, and that means we live in a patriarchy.
It almost has become, oh, well, that's just normal. No, that's not normal. Men are the only ones who have ever held the highest position in the government. No woman. But yes, we're so equal. Oh, well, actually, we're legally not equal.
Actually, it's literally not normal for women to be in positions of high elected office. Did we just forget women got the right to vote 100 years ago? In America? Newsflash, American history is not indicative of thousands of years of human history. We seem to be forgetting that. This is quite literally the single greatest time and the single most progressive society for any woman to have ever been born into in the history of all of humanity.
And that is a great point. How could a woman even be the president of the United States when we don't even have equal rights to half of the population that the woman would be governing?
I've asked this question probably 50 plus times to women in the last few months, but genuinely, what rights do men have in America that women do not have? I'll wait. I will wait for an answer to that, because so far, there is only one supposed human right that men have that women don't have, and they claim that it is the right to an abortion, which, by the way, is not a human right. But men do not have the legal right to end the lives of their children. That's the only answer these people will ever give you, is abortion. That's it. So I'm not really buying the women are unequal to men thing in the year of our Lord 2026.
I have done multiple episodes on women's rights, and so many people shit on me. And I'm like, if human rights and women being equal to men is controversial to you, then you can get the fuck off my...
Again, abortion. That's it. That's the only thing people claim men have the right to in America that women do not. There's nothing there. There is no substance or intellectual prowess at all in that argument. But I'm pretty sure if we're just screaming at people to get the F off my page, there's not really a lot of intellectual prowess there to begin with.
Women are still not equal to men. It is 2026. What the fuck is wrong with the world?
I want to laugh because it is just that ridiculous. But actually, I'm really annoyed. I'm pissed off watching this video because how dare we, in our abundant, never-ending privilege as American women, born into, as I said, the single greatest time and the single greatest society in the history of humanity as women, to have the rights that we do, that we take for granted every single day, get on the internet and make gazillions of dollars getting on the internet lecturing women about how our life sucks so much, when meanwhile, we have other women on the other side of the globe who are barred by law from making noise out loud. In Afghanistan, it is illegal for a woman to speak out loud with her voice. You cannot leave your house by yourself. In Iran, women are getting drugged into the middle of the streets and beaten to death by the morality police for showing their hair. And then we have the #1 female podcaster in the world lecturing American women that your life is so terrible and you should be so outraged to the point of screaming the F word on the internet because you don't have the legal right to kill your own child, and that makes you subservient to men. The level of privilege and societal disconnect from reality is astounding. Let's not forget, this woman signed a $125 million podcast deal in 2024. She is worth $60+ million for telling you that you should have abortions, that you should sleep around as much as possible because that's the only way to be empowered as a woman. And she calls those conversations about women's rights. Is that not offensive to any other woman out there? I listen to that and I'm offended that womanhood is boiled down to that. To be an empowered woman is boiled down to sleeping with as many men as possible, commodifying myself, killing my children, and then complaining about it on the internet, saying women have it so hard in America.
When they said that men's podcasts are centered around self-improvement, But a lot of these women's podcasts are centered around being stupid, just saying dumb stuff, just idiotic stuff. Or you can count her in. I mean, her and between her, Drew, whatever her name is, Shira Seven, and there's probably a few more. Russell, what's his name? All them. Between all them, just a slew of stupidity. You can't improve. There's nothing that you're going to be able to improve on. It's just talking trash is really what it is. There ain't nothing that you can improve on. There's no accountability that's being taken. You're just talking about stupid stuff is really what it is. Look how I can be out here. Look how I can go out here and be worse than the last woman that came on. Great.
So I'm going to speak to a scenario that is not uncommon, and then I'll speak to why. So I came across a female who was in her mid-40s, and it was a really strong profile. She had a good career, she had various interests, she was very attractive, she was single and never married, and even her requirements were very open. She was open to someone who's divorced, open to someone who had kids, she was open to relocation. She pretty much said that she's open to different appearances. She doesn't have any requirements there. She just wants to find someone who she can settle down with and spend time with. So based on the way that everything read, there was a little bit of a thing that nagged at me, but then I just filed it away and I said, you know what? I'm just going to see how this pans out. So I go ahead and I make her a match. Now, this man, he wasn't as good looking as her, but he was very well settled. He has kids, but they were out of the picture. He was very eager to get matched. And they had a similar outlook on what they were interested in a relationship. So they exchange bios, both approve them, and then we move on to photos. Now, once I share the photos, that's when the excuses start rolling in from her end. She starts talking about his work situation, his relocation situation, and just a few things that already were present during the bios phase that she signed off on, but now she's asking me to clarify some of these things, to which I responded that she's welcome to have a conversation with him. I mean, all of those things were already, laid out if she's interested, and if she wants to decline at this point, that she can. But she decided to move forward and talk to him. Now, very soon afterwards, he sends me a message saying that they had a quick conversation and that she wasn't interested because of the relocation factor. So at this point, I decide to pivot a little bit and I find someone who is just a couple of years older than her. He's also single and never married. He's very educated. He's in a lucrative career, and he's not as good looking as her and not as polished as her, but he's also open to relocating. So we got to the photos phase and she said that she knows him through various circles and that she doesn't think that it's a match and wants to pass. So at this point, I'm realizing, okay, she wants someone who's good looking. And so I find someone who meets that criteria, but he's not willing to relocate. He's divorced and he does have 2 kids. And she passes on him without even going to the photos phase, citing relocation and the fact that he had primary custody of his kids. So what's interesting is that I also noticed that her tone and her level of responsiveness changed throughout these 3 matches, and it just seemed that she got progressively more exasperated as I shared them. Now, this video's gotten a bit long and I'm going to share my thoughts in part 2, but drop your thoughts in the comments below.
These women think they're more than what they are. They really do. I mean, they're not. Once these modern women realize they're not fun people to be around, they're just lying. I think some of these women know that their standards are unrealistic. And so they straight up, I mean, they talk about men, but then here they are lying. And then when they try to slowly, subtly bring them out, like he was blaming the man for, then all of a sudden, bingo, I got you pegged. All of a sudden, I just want, and I'm just looking for, no, you're the same as everybody else. You're the same.
From both sides of the coin, a man and a woman, what has to be taught is a level of confidence about yourself.
And that's
where it starts.
Yeah.
If you looking at across the room, if I've been taught on this side of the room, I'm the shit, and I can get anybody in the room. Yeah. That's what I've been taught. That's how I'm gonna move. If you, on the other hand, have always been taught that play it safe, you don't know, you ain't got enough money, your money gonna be the determining factor if you can get these type
you
of
don't want to get on nobody's nerves, or you know what I'm saying, this what rich men like, so you gotta do X, Y, and Z. Exactly. You don't want to,
instead of being a nigga like, shit, I'm coming with who I am, like she gonna like me for me, she gonna like me because I'm funny, she gonna like me because I'm whatever it is that you do have minus what you don't have.
Right.
If you grew up being taught to capitalize on what you don't have versus what you do have, then that's what's gonna make or break the relationship or the conversation. Or you step into a girl like a Ari, or you step into a girl like Michelle Obama, whatever.
Yeah. So you basically almost just answered my question. Is it confidence or is it standards?
I just saw some man say that he was flying to another state to meet a date for the first time of a TikToker. Why would we be doing it? Why would we be flying to somebody that we ain't never met before? Why? I don't know if that's gonna work out. But tell me about it. So let me know what happens. I'm so curious. I wanna know if y'all get married and have kids. I'm sorry, and I wanna be invited to the wedding. But keep me posted. I need to know what happens. Like, just let me know.
So basically, modern women are upset that men are taking a risk, just not on them, right? Keep on saying, not you specifically, but keep on saying men are out here looking for something specific. And when it's not you, because of the way that you act, don't get mad.
My husband goes, "Hey babe, I think we're out of face moisturizer. Can you buy some more?" The face moisturizer he's been using.
You had women in the comments talking about, oh, well, put it on his dime. No, y'all live in the same house. Put it on your dime. You go in there and eat his food, don't you? Be walking around the house wearing his clothes. Be driving, driving all the gas out the car, and don't be filling it up. Guess where all that money is coming from? Off his credit card, off his debit card. You got this one. You'll be all right. You don't pay for nothing else. You'll be all right.
I need a man who's going to look at me when I wake up and I've got no makeup on. I've got messy bed hair and all I'm wearing is a baggy t-shirt and he's going to immediately get hard. Okay? I will settle for nothing less.
My roommate has a boyfriend. She needs to wrap it up. Look what she came out here to show me. All right, what's day one? What's the letter for day one?
I already did day one, but I accidentally wrapped. But there's day 2. We've got day 3, day 7, day 5.
Is there something on the back?
No. Day 8, day 6.
Oh my God, how much do you have that much to say to a man?
One of the most comical things that happens to me at the club, literally all the time, is I'll be making my rounds to everyone and there will be one guy you try to spend some time with and then he ends up not spending money on anything. Like he doesn't want a single dance, he doesn't want to give you a tip, and he doesn't want to do a 3 for $100, let alone a VIP, right? And then that guy at the end of the night, as he's leaving, will come up to you and ask for your phone number to see if you want to meet up with him at his hotel. I mean, I guess you miss the shots you don't take, but ooh.
Maybe your perception of your value was too high. And he said, well, she's worth something, but she's not worth her going rate. Why don't you come to this hotel so we can work out a deal? I don't know.
Okay, so I have a dilemma. So I matched with this guy on Hinge. And I usually never talk to the people that I match with on Hinge. I play it more like hot or not. But this guy, he said something funny. He had his prompt as, you should not go out with me if you're a Yankees fan. And I slid up and said, don't worry. And then he said, Philly's not much better. So I thought that was funny. So then I was messaging him and he asked for my number. And so we've been talking, but I have no idea what he really looks like because his Hinge profile is a picture of him. He looks cute. And then there's a picture of him as a child. And then there's 5 pictures of fish. So we're texting and I'm like, I have no idea what you look like. Well, I didn't say that. So I asked for his Instagram. And he's like, oh, I don't really post on Instagram, but gave me his Instagram. He's like, I just use it for Instagram Reels. 0 posts. So I'm like, okay. I even go on the tagged pictures. There's nothing there. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I went as far as I looked him up on LinkedIn. I searched his name on Google. Can't find any pictures of him. So I just straight up tell him, I'm like, I have no idea what you look like. Can you send me a picture of yourself? And I said, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what you look like. So he sends me a picture of himself. He looks exactly like Bryce Harper. Like, to the point that I put their pictures up side to side, and I was like, you look exactly like Bryce Harper. He is thrilled. I showed my roommate, she's like, yeah, they're the same. She doesn't even know who Bryce Harper is. And he's thrilled, and he's like saying he never got that before. So now I'm like, you look exactly like him. If you've never gotten that before, then this is not what you look like. So now I'm like, I still don't know what you look like. So I'm like thinking about it, and I realize every picture that I do have of him, he's wearing a hat. So I'm like, oh my God, he's balding. So then I'm like, why do you wear a hat in all of your pictures? And I was like, are you balding? And he goes, no, not yet. Which is funny. But now he wants to hang out, and I'm afraid to hang out with him, which is terrible because I don't want to show up and then be like, absolutely not. It's just so terrible. The few pictures I have of, he looks different in every single one, but like cute-ish in all of them. Like completely different in every picture. I have no idea what this guy looks like. I feel like I shouldn't put myself through this, but I don't know. Has anyone ever experienced this? His personality is good. Clearly, he's funny.
I mean, does FaceTime not exist anymore? Instead of playing these games, you can solve all of these. Modern women are dumb. They're dumb, man. Just get on a phone call. Instead of doing this weird texting back and forth, FaceTime him. And let that be it. If you guys don't like each other after the call, then it's done.
I have a question for men and men only. And so if you're not a man, please do not comment on this video. I made a video a couple days ago about the Talia Breyer situation and about conventional beauty standards. And one of the main points that I kept getting over and over again on that video was that being physically fit didn't move you in terms of conventional beauty standards. So if you were like a more average looking woman, having a like really nice body or an hourglass figure or something wouldn't move you like up the scale, that conventional beauty standards are mainly only about your face. But then when I looked at the sort of demographic of who was watching the video, I was getting an 80-20 ratio. So it was 80% women and then 20% men. So that kind of piqued my curiosity a little bit. And for people who don't like talking about conventional beauty standards, that's cool. I like analyzing social dynamics, so if that's not your vibe, you can feel free to exit. But I like getting a wide range of opinions, and because I was only hearing mainly from women on that video, I really want to hear from men on this video. You can be as honest as you want to. If somebody berates you in the comments for saying your actual opinion, as long as you're respectful about it, okay? I will block them because I want honest opinions. I don't want virtue signaling or saying what you think other people want to hear. But I'm genuinely curious if it is the same for women as it is for men. So I wanted to ask you guys your opinion and ask you, do you think that being physically fit moves you up the scale? If you have a more average looking face, do you think that being physically fit makes you more attractive, more conventionally attractive, more desirable? Or do you think that it's only about your face card and that your body isn't really like super relevant when it comes to attraction? Let me know what you guys think.
Well, you know, physically fit it's a good thing, but once again, you have to understand that physically fit it goes along with attraction, right? I think somebody actually said that in the comments, but it's going to go, at the end of the day, it's going to go back in with attraction. And there's only a certain level of attraction that you can have. It doesn't matter if you're 10, doesn't matter if you're ultra attractive. Most guys, they might say, oh man, she's beautiful. But then you run back into the cliche, she's gorgeous, but someone somewhere is tired of her crap. That's what it's going to be, right? Somebody going to be tired of it. They're like, oh man, it's great, but you know, we just don't get along. Whether it's my personality, whether it's hers, I'm not sure. And quite frankly, at this point, I don't care. I just don't want to be around that person anymore. And so for that reason, we broke up. She's just not for me. So at some point in time, your emotional intelligence has to follow. Your willingness to support and actually be a companion to the man has to follow.
Guys, I just came back from a date with a guy, And when we were done eating, the waitress naturally comes over and she puts the bill down. And he decides to pay with cash. So she picks the cash and the bill back up and walks away. And she comes back shortly and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, but I think this is a little bit short. And at the same time that she's telling him, I reached over and put my hand in my purse. And when he saw me put my hand in my purse, he went and like put his arm out and like touched me and was like, gave me a look like, what are you doing? I got this. And I turned to him and pulled out my lip gloss. And I was like, oh no, sweetie, I was just gonna reapply. I be seeing them TikToks where it's like a trend and a joke for the girl to go in her bag as the bill comes. So her man is like, what are you doing? And she's just like, I was just about to put my lip gloss on. But it actually happened to me tonight. He really thought that I was reaching for my wallet.
You know, honestly, this is a trend that needs to die. You guys got to stop doing this. It's not cool. It's just dumb. Stop doing it.
You know what, bitch? Like, fuck everyone. Like, actually fuck everyone. I'm too fucking good for this world, and that's not ego. That's not ego, it's the truth. Like, I'm too fucking good for this world. Like, no matter what happens to me, I still decide to be kind as fuck and generous as fuck. And no one fucking appreciates that shit, and that's fine. Don't appreciate me, that's fucking fine. But I'm too good for this world. And I don't care, call me cocky, call me what you want, I don't care. I'm too, like, this world does not deserve me. Y'all don't fucking deserve me, for real.
Ladies, if he's a fan of Cash Grabber 9000, you are
The biggest skank you've ever met in your entire life is putting on a full face of makeup to go to the bar and tell a dude that she's a homebody.
So I guess that's the dude she's talking about. I guess that's the guy she's talking about. So, I mean, anybody that starts speaking any sort of facts or holding women accountable, saying some stuff that women don't like to hear, they don't like it.
Get unready with me while I tell you guys about me approaching a man at the line dancing bar I normally go to tonight and it not going so well. Just from some context, this is what I wore. I wore this like bodysuit, and if anybody watched the Marcelo Hernandez special, it does clip at the bottom. I wore these jeans, like very, very flowy jeans, and I normally wear my Tegras, which are like my swing dancing shoes that I wear, which honestly look really dorky. But I'm looking for some advice here, guys. I've been going to the same line dancing bar for the last 2+ years. We're talking like it's about to be year 3 next August. And I have only ever had a man approach me maybe 2 or 3 times in the entire time that I've gone there. And we're talking, I go like 2 to 3 days in the week. Sometimes I'll take like a couple weeks off. Sometimes I'll go just one day, but like there was a time where I was consistently there 1 to 2 times a week up until 2 o'clock in the morning. So
50% of young men 18 to 25 years old have never physically approached a woman, just even approach. It's done online. You see it on, TikTok. Yo, like you be at a spot and you'll see them take a picture and then they go, yo, goofy shit. TikTok, do your thing. Yeah. And then they'll find out who this person is. And then you go into the DM and there's this whole process.
You have to, it's very hard because it's like even my millennial generation, like we have to really see that people are very afraid of rejection. Like that's something that I can't even, I'm from the generation where they're hollering at you at the mall. Yeah. Oh, like, oh, you gotta admit, I just had a guy as I was getting my rental car. I was like, oh, I'm going to, I was like, yeah, I got a guy. I was like,
can we be friends?
He was like, yeah, he was like, what? I was like, I'm seeing somebody. He was like, well, you didn't say you have a man. I'm like, it's the same thing. And he's like, well, what's that? But you can't take my Instagram. He won't stop. And he was being That's my generation. That's scary. It's not great. But I'm just saying, I'm used to that. These other younger guys, which they shouldn't aspire to be that way, but they can't even muster a hello. It's like, it's the fear that prevents it. Everybody wants peace. I love what you said. I love it because it just breaks it down so perfectly, but it's like, can you even muster the courage to ask that girl out, or are you already consumed by the inadequacy that you feel because you see all of these other men with all of this money, life's going so well for so many other people? That's the syndrome that we're living in right now.
Yeah.
And how do you show up for a woman then? If you don't even feel confident in yourself.
Yo, y'all together? Y'all together?
Yeah, we're walking together, brother.
I was wondering if y'all dating and shit. Cause she cute. Oh, y'all dating? Y'all don't talk? Yeah, very.
I'm good. I appreciate
But y'all not dating though?
No, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, for real? I can't get your Instagram? Just
no,
Carrie?
I'm good.
Nah.
Thank you.
Damn. So he treating you good though. I don't know how you pulled that.
Do men even date single moms anymore, or should I just give up? I feel like the second somebody finds out I had a kid, they just ghost me.
I saw the hottest man. I saw like 3 hot men today in my hot yasa class, like my hot yoga class. Why don't we say anything? Why do I have to be the one to say something? Fuck. I understand. It's so uncomfortable to like go up to someone cute and be like, hey. Because for every person that is like on TikTok being like, well, you can approach a man, like, bitch, I have been. And are the men just gonna be like, hey, do you wanna grab a coffee? Hey, what's your name? Hey, do you go to this class a lot? Like, there are so many ways to slide in, and I'm kind of low-key pissed off that I'm like upset that I didn't say something to a man. What do you mean? Bitch, what do you mean? Why am I upset? I just don't understand why it's like not that easy for men, because it's so easy. Literally just ask the girl one of those fucking questions if you see someone out like that. Don't look at this shirt, it's my work shirt and it's got stains, okay? Leave me alone. Go up to the girl and be like, no, just ask the question first. Just be like, hey, been doing this class a lot? And then like if the girl is uncomfortable or she has a man, she'll tell you. Trust me, she'll tell you. Why do I feel like I have to approach a man? Why can't the man just do it? Because it just hits even worse, and it's even more embarrassing when the girl shoots her shot, like when she already shouldn't be, and then the man's like, oh, I actually have a girlfriend. I fucking can't. Why am I getting mad that I didn't go up to this man? Fuck, this isn't my problem. This has never been my problem. Women can go approach men, but listen, I've done it like 3 times in a row in the last 4 days, and I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of fucking sick of it. So men, really, there is nothing to lose. I promise, it doesn't hurt your ego that bad. I promise. I went up to a DJ and I thought he was hot, and he was like the opening DJ, and he was, you know, in the background in Chicago, and I literally go to him and I was like, you're really cute. And he was like, I'm seeing someone. And I was like, that's totally fine. You're a great DJ. And I moved on with my life. It wasn't that fucking hard. Well, I'm doing what I'm doing, which is approaching men. Why can't you guys just also do the same? Can we just like meet fucking halfway, please? Let me just remind you men that seriously, the moment you come up to me and you say something like that, like it's a simple, easy line. Don't be fucking weird and cheesy. But just be like, hey, do you come here often? Or like, do you come to this like yasa class? Or do you do this like 9 a.m. class all the time? Something like that. I immediately am like, oh, he's hot. Oh, he's fucking sexy. Without even like maybe being attracted to you physically. I'm just like, damn, this guy's got balls. I appreciate that, and I'm fucking here for it. Imagine if women and men were just approaching each other, and if it wasn't to go out and to go on a date, just to have stimulating conversation with other adults. Just imagine that. Imagine if what I picture to be happening in my head, or what should be happening in my head post a yoga class, what if it actually fucking happened? Riddle me that. Let's make it happen, please.
I believe that Core Power should be segregated between men and women. Let me tell you why. I was at Core Power this morning. Mind you, this is my safe place. I don't care about the rhetoric of solid core versus core power. I love Core Power. I love it. I'll die there. If I'm not home, if I'm not at school, I'm at Core Power. It grounds me. I'm up here. I'm tightly wound. Sculpt brings me to here. If I stay here, I'm going to ruin somebody's fucking day. So God bless Core Power for keeping me sane. I was there at 6:15 this morning, rolled out my mat, got there a little early. I'm stretching. I'm ready to start my day. Suddenly, a man approaches. He goes, mind if I pull my mat up next to yours? Is that a threat? Me? Why? Anyways, before I could even respond, he pulls his mat up next to mine. He's sitting there looking at me as I'm laying there. I'm like, what do you want from me? He starts talking to me. He goes, are you new here? No. Are you new here? Dipshit. I live here. This is my house. He continues to talk to me as we're in child's pose. The instructor is in the room. We're in child's pose, and he's trying to talk to me. Get out. Separate core powers between men and women. I believe in equality, not at Core Power. I don't believe in equality there.
Good morning, America. Why the fuck my car just ran out of gas and I'm on the side of the fucking road, but I also am on my way to a yacht party and I'm about to be late for the yacht party. So, bitch, my car is gonna have to stay here until I get It's gonna have to stay here until a bitch gets off.
PSA for every man that's crippled by rejection. Don't forget.
If rejection was so hot, then women would be into it. But most women have never actually approached a guy, so they have no idea what rejection is actually all about.
Literally stopped approaching women because they're afraid to get rejected. They're afraid to be called creepy. Fill the blank.
I would be more than pleased to fill in the blank, especially for some women that aren't quite ready to admit it. But a lot of men just don't want to approach women because it's not worth their time, and they're happier being alone by themselves and happily single than they are being entangled with some of the women that are available out there. But some women don't like hearing that.
And when we act out of fear, we create the reality we're most fearful of. So, reminder to just shoot your shot, put yourself out there, and know that rejection is literally never personal. It's actually how to have the courage and confidence to go after what you want in life.
Well, guys, there you have it. More mixed messages, because there are still a lot of women out there that are telling men to leave them alone. But yet there's some women out there that want men to approach them. Yeah, but sorry, ladies, a lot of the guys simply don't want to.
I'm really guessing that a lot of these women are thinking that, you know, men are at their disposal. Just come up to me and we'll see what happens. Who are you? Oh, we'll just come and approach me and we'll see how it goes. Like, you know, they think they're the hottest release of something. Oh, we'll just come hang around and see if you can, you know, win something. You know, just put your name in the hat. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Come in and, you know, just sign up. Give me your email. We're sending out events left and right. You know, we have events throughout the year. We'll let you know. You know, you have an opportunity to maybe win something. Who knows? You might win a barbecue pit, like one of those huge, really barbecue pits that are a big deal, the expensive ones. Who knows? By the way, if you come to our event, it's going to be $100, $100. You know, everybody puts in for the barbecue pit. Well, how many people do you usually have? About 1,000. So if everybody puts in $100, don't y'all think that you've already more than bought the barbecue pit and you're just making a profit off of nobody winning? Because when did you say that was the last time somebody won something from your event? It's been a few years. Been a few years since they've won. So basically you're running a scam. You're taking people's money. You're saying that they might win something, but really, because nobody's won something in a few years, then, you know, you're just profiting off of somebody being stupid and naive. That's essentially what you're doing to men. Taking their time, taking their resources, and promising them something big. Oh, when's the last time you had something serious with a man that was, you know, whatever he was, whatever his status was? When's the last time, you know, you had something that was serious? It's been like, I don't know, 6 years. 6 years since the last time I've actually been in a relationship. Have you been on dates? Yeah, I've gone on plenty of dates. Oh. How many dates do you say that you average a month? Depends on the month, but usually if I had to average it, maybe 4 or 5. Oh, okay. Interesting. So essentially men are just paying and, you know, nothing is happening within 6 years. They're all paying, but nothing is happening. And so you're just putting in for a prize that's never going to get won. And at this point, is it really a prize? Is I think what we have to start looking at and realizing. They want men to approach, but there's really nothing that's going to happen that men are interested in. So that's why men are starting to tell women, how come you don't approach? If you're such a great person, well, show off you. I mean, I've been approaching this whole time. You show off some of your great personality skills. Oh, wait, you don't have any.
What happened to men making the first move? Men don't approach anymore. I haven't been approached by a man in so long. I go looking so pretty and no one says anything to me.
We have an epidemic going on, and I'm fed up with it. I see so many women that think they're in their feminine, but they're really in wounded masculine. I see a lot of women posting, I stopped seeking validation and started choosing myself. Which that part is fucking beautiful. But here's the thing. The energy behind it is hard, angry, and cold. That's actually not healed feminine. That's wounded masculine disguised as empowerment. When you suppress your softness and call it self-respect, that's actually not healing. That's armoring. And armored feminine energy doesn't attract healthy masculine men. It actually attracts in the avoidant men and the men that are in wounded feminine energy. You become an energetic match for the same dynamic that you say you're done with. Meanwhile, good men are telling me, I feel like I'm just bothering women just by saying hi. Those are actually the men you want that you're pushing away, and you're only getting approached by the ones that have no boundaries. And no, this doesn't mean tolerate disrespect. This means stop being energetically closed. True feminine is softness, discerning, open, and boundaried. You don't heal by becoming hard. You heal by being safe in your softness. If you're choosing yourself, but you're closed to intimacy, that is not healed feminine. That's actually protection mode and survival mode, which is wounded masculine energy. Don't you want to show those wounded masculine men that you're nothing like them?
Question on the table again. Can someone tell me why men are not approaching women anymore? Can someone tell me that? And why are men stereotyping women before they even say one word to them? Assuming. This is part of the reason why you're not approaching, I believe. I don't know. Can I get someone to answer that question? There are a lot of beautiful women out here inside and out, but men are not approaching. Why? What's going on? Can someone answer that question for me? I need someone to answer that question because I'm not understanding at all what is going on in this world. Okay? Thank you so much for answering the question for me in advance.
Quite frankly, I need men to stop approaching me in public. I was just in the store grabbing a few things because there's some items I need to get, but I was also planning to stop by to get Damien something because he comes home today. So Damien really likes chocolates, like specific kind of chocolate, so I'm in the aisles looking at specific chocolate and, you know, I grab it and I've got it. And as I'm about to walk away, this man approaches me and he's like, "Ma'am, I just wanted to let you know to turn around and look at the display behind you." And I'm just kind of like, I turned ever so slightly and I was like, okay. And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know that you can get 2 for the price of 1 if you get something from this display behind you." Mind you, these were completely different chocolates and also not for snacking or like indulgence. They were for cooking / baking. And I tell him, "Oh, thanks, that's great, but I'm getting a specific chocolate for my husband and this is the one that he likes, so I'm okay." And then he goes like, oh, well, I just wanted to let you know, like, if you did grab another, you would be getting like a deal. And I was like, "That's great, thanks." And he continues to keep talking and he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know. I just figured I'd let you know." And I said, "Thanks. Also, I'm not going to just buy extra chocolate because it's on sale. I fucking hate that mindset. So there's a 2-piece to this. Leave me alone and stop trying to upsell me. Like, what the fuck do you gain from this? Just leave me alone."
You know, sometimes when I go to stores, people talk to me and I don't know if they work there or not. They look like just regular people. I mean, they don't really have any name tags or anything to identify themselves. They're just walking around sometimes in regular clothes, plain clothes. You would think that they're just regular people and they just come up to you and they say, "Hey, are you looking for something in general or something specific?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm." And what I say in those situations is, yeah, I'm looking for, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Oh, it's on the other aisle. Oh, okay, I appreciate that. Right? If they don't work there or if they do, I don't care because they're trying to help me out. I've had moments where they've kind of followed me to that place. It's over here. Look over here, right here. And then, when we find it, they'll sit there and talk to me for a little bit, just about whatever, about life, just in general, just like, yeah, I had a grandson and he's doing this, or it might be, yeah, I had this friend or this. I had a guy, he was walking by and he was like, hey man, nice watch. I was like, hey, I appreciate that. Started a whole conversation with me. You know what I mean? And he just having a conversation. That was it. Didn't know him from Adam. Just said that. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was kind of weird because nobody really does that anymore, but I didn't get on TikTok is what I'm saying. I didn't get on TikTok and talk about it. It was a dude too. He was a dude just talking about whatever. I've had men and women approach me. Just talking. Hey, where'd you get that from? Or, have you seen this? Oh, those are good. Whatever the conversation is, you just be polite. Y'all have lost the art of being polite and shutting up. Just be quiet. You don't need to come on the internet and talk about this. Stop being a loser, dude. Come on. If the man said, oh man, you can, that's somebody that's at a pharmacy would have told me. Somebody at a pharmacy would have told me that. Oh man, well, we got the 2-for-1 deal right here if you want to. Nah, I'm okay. You sure, man? Oh, I got 2-for-1 deal. They will go on another thing, on another aisle and come back. You got to try it. Oh man, they're pretty good. They're trying to, what do you get out of this? Sales. I gain sales. I get to keep my job. That man might have been the manager. He might have been the manager, actually. Walk in there. I'm just walking around. Sometimes you see them. They come in there, plain clothes, walking around, just checking inventory. You see them in another part of the store, talking to somebody just randomly, and they might be at the cash register, running the cash register. You never know. They might be back there, depending on where it is, in the farm. What are you doing back here? I'm just back here, just checking on my store, checking on my investment. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. They might do that. You never know. But because y'all have this loser mentality or this mentality of being closed off, can't nobody say anything to y'all, man. Y'all, good God, you wonder why nobody helps y'all out. You know what I mean? If a man can't even help you find chocolate, why do you think he would want to lay down his life for you?
Even in the UK, I find men don't approach. I've got a friend in Canada who says the exact same thing. Like, they're not really trying to approach. And I don't know if that's because they're shy or they think they're going to get shut down, or if they just have so much choice with women they don't have to anymore. Because I also know a lot of male friends who say they don't have to approach women. Like,
so you're saying that nowadays men just don't approach women?
So I've been talking to quite a few really great women, and we're talking about how it's crazy how men are literally dumbing down the type of women they talk to. It's like they don't want really great women anymore. And no, this is not talking about women, because just like men, there's good men, there's bad men. There's good women, there's bad women. Okay. And so for those that are just really great, wholesome, beautiful, smart, intelligent, driven women, it's like men are running from them. And that's a part of this isolation era where really great women are just like on the celibacy journey, like, we're good. No, we're good. Because you could be the most amazing person, great partner, and it's not working out. And it's just mind-blowing how so many men are just choosing certain type of women. Maybe it's because they're just easily controlled. They boost their egos. They don't have to hold themselves accountable. But this seems to be a new trend.
That's a perfect transition for my story, because like a couple months ago it went viral on TikTok about like women saying whether or not they want to be alone in the woods with a bear or a man. And like everyone is always like, I'll take the bear, I'll take the bear. And so, you know, you'll see videos of like men acting cray cray and women will comment under it and just write like bear, you know, so that's what, if anyone is ever wondering. And this article has to do with why Gen Z and millennial men aren't approaching women anymore. So, you know, this is definitely a thing I hear with some of my younger single friends. There was a study done saying of younger men saying that they have less interactions with women in real life. They feel like girls don't want to be approached at all. They talked to this one younger guy who kind of like talked on behalf of a lot of guys and just said, I feel like I'm bothering them. A lot of times it's just easier to make the first move on Bumble or Hinge or dating apps, but like, you know, they'll almost pass up if they see like a beautiful, nice woman in person. A lot of these younger men don't say hello to women the way they used to before.
What makes you a womanizer? What is a womanizer?
I love women.
Yeah.
You know what? And this is the first time I ever talked about this on camera. I can't control myself. Most men can't.
Right.
I'm a good looking man. I'm not short. I have my life together. I get money. Even if, like, let me be honest with you, like, even if I'm married, women don't care. And it's not regular women. Extremely gorgeous women are hit on me. I can't control myself. I can't. I'm either going to look at a picture, answer a DM, comment. I can't help myself. I'm a pervert in the sense of, if it's a good looking girl, she hits on me, I'm going to flirt back. There's nothing I can do about that.
Every time?
Every single time. I don't.
And the funny thing about it is he beat and said all that and still get approached. Women still coming up to him. They can show women this clip. Modern women will see this clip and be like, well, you know, I don't want anything serious anyway. I'm not looking for anything serious anyway, so it's not going to matter to me. I mean, YOLO. You only live once. And then go over there and sleep with him. And then when they come around and they want an actual man to take care of them, and the man is saying, no, I see you out there being irresponsible. Oh, well, you shouldn't be worried about that. A man that's worried about what I was doing when I was being irresponsible, that was way back when. I ain't irresponsible no more. Like I said, I'm not interested. Get away from me, woman.